Morning, everyone. Call the meeting to order of the Board of Adjustments for the 10th of July. Secretary, please record the roll of board members present and absent. And if you would stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. For our regular agenda this morning, the first thing we have is that we had a tabled motion last time, and we'll bring that to start out with here, and that's to exceed the maximum square footage of a detached structure on an RR zone by 400 square feet.
Mr. Chair.
Jeremy, I think that's yours.
Chair.
You want to
Mr.
come
Chair.
up to the podium?
Mr. Chair, sorry. for
Oh, yeah,
interruption.
we got to take it off the table.
You have to go over the minutes prior to that.
Pardon? We have
The-
to go
the
through
minutes.
it. Okay, could I have a motion to take the motion from the table?
Mr. Chairman, I think you would like us to approve the minutes first and then go to
Okay.
the...
Okay. I jumped ahead of myself.
I'd make
Sorry
a
about-
motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, motion by Sean to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Second by Trevor. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Motion carried without dissent. Okay, now let's get back to taking this motion from the table. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to bring it back.
Motion by Trevor, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Bruce. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Motion carried without dissent. Okay, now we can get to our regular agenda. Sorry about that, Jeremy. I think it's just age that's doing it. Would you give us your name and all the particulars?
Jeremy Rindell. I just like to do a 40 by 40. My wife said I got too many trailers in the yard for storage sheds, and I'd like to be able to get rid of a couple of them. I got an old pickup I'd like to put in there, tear apart, fix it up. And while I have the boat and stuff in the other stalls, and I feel that extra space will give me the allowance area to have that pickup in there to fix up and won't be in my way and store lake toys and stuff like that, so nothing's sitting outside.
Would you enter that from the south side of your house?
On the south side, yep, alongside the existing garage that's on my house now.
Okay. Questions for Jeremy? Comments? Beautiful place you have out
Oh,
there.
thank you. Trying to keep it clean. I'm hoping to get everything inside and to make it cleaner yet.
Looks nice.
Mr. Chairman, just wondering if there was any neighbors opposing the project?
The city has not received any calls for or against his proposed project.
Okay. If there's anyone who would like to make a phone call to make any comments, the number is 701-456-7006. Any other comments, board members?
I just have a question for Mr. Rindell. On similar requests like this, if we do go for approval, we usually restrict no more accessory structures on the lot, permitted or unpermitted. Is that
No more sheds or anything like that?
Yeah, correct.
That's it, yeah. I'm good with that.
okay?
Okay.
Um,
Sean, anything?
did,
Anything, Leonard? Any
Nothing from
comments
the-
from the city?
Nothing from the city, no.
Okay. Are you ready for the motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move the City of Dickinson Board of Adjustment recommend approval of the detached structure variance as requested above, or as requested.
And that, is that including the no further
With
building?
the,
Okay,
with the contingency that no further detached structures permitted or unpermitted
Okay.
are built on the lot.
All right.
motion.
I'll second that motion.
Second by Bruce. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Trevor,
Aye.
Bruce,
Aye.
Sean,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye.
All right, thank you.
Okay, good luck. Okay, next, on our agenda, we have a variance request to build an attached structure that would create a larger amount of square footage than current living space. Who's here to speak for that?
Mr. Chair, there was a change. Not sure if you had the updated form. The request is to exceed the maximum height of an attached accessory structure by 4 feet.
Oh, okay. So that was a change. It's not the square footage.
I believe we're on the Vanson property at 3152.
Yes.
Okay, so there was a change. I'm not sure that you got the updated. So it is, the variance request is for the height by 4 feet.
The height,
Yes.
okay.
Code mandates that the attached accessory structure cannot exceed the height of the primary structure. In this case, the applicant wants to exceed it by 4 feet on an attached garage. So essentially, the garage will be up higher than the house.
The square footage is not a problem.
It is not.
Okay, this is at 3152 111 East Avenue Southwest,
Correct,
Greenville.
correct.
Is there anyone here to speak for or against that? No one here to, what are your wishes, board members?
Mr. Chairman, I'm just wondering if the city has any recommendation on this project.
With talking with staff members as far as attached garage onto the primary residence, we're asking ourselves, why is this part of the code? Generally, I believe it's aesthetics. So with the garage being higher than the house, the building code would mandate that they do some fire rating if the board actually does allow it. But I believe strictly what we came up with aesthetics as far how a structure works. If you look at a lot of the homes that are built now, the garage, if you dissect the house, the garage is higher than the house, but the way the trusses are actually made, the design is implemented into the overall home. So you do not see that elevation change because the trusses make up that difference. In this circumstance, this is an attached garage that is visibly being built. You'll see that separation. So you won't see that contour into the rest of the roof line. And again, if part of the city zoning is aesthetics and how things look, how they fit into a neighborhood, whether it looks commercial or a residential type of a use. So that's all the city has right now. So it
So
is,
if this was new construction, the whole project was brand new and they wanted to have that roof line the way it is, would that be acceptable?
they would have to come in front of this board also. The overall roof structure on newer homes, you don't see this change, even though a garage could be higher because of the design of the trusses. So it would have that same contour over the whole home, but the garage could have a taller ceiling height. I really do believe with looking in the code, it probably is aesthetics.
Okay. Any complaints or any negative impact from the neighbors?
No,
Okay.
We haven't-
Jeremy, that's out in your area.
My neighbor, yeah.
Any,
No complaints.
no,
Get along, I don't wanna not get along with them.
okay. Any comments, further comment, Trevor?
Is there any other ones that you know of like this? I mean, I know all the new ones aren't, you know, like you said, but have we had any other ones where we've approved it?
In my neighborhood, there's some towards the south, yeah, there's one more, but it's on the other side, we got different codes over there.
Okay,
So,
And that garage is taller, they put a living quarters above the garage and it's taller than the existing house.
the difference is if you actually have living quarters above the garage, we wouldn't be here.
correct.
Uh, This applicant wants to actually put a room up there, but it cannot be habitable because you exit into you
Exit
leave
the
through the garage. So if it was habitable space, we would not be here if he actually entered the home from the upper level. That is not the case. And as far as coming in front of this board, I do not recall any that was,
Okay.
that came in front of the board, approved or denied.
I do not remember any that we have talked about.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
if this wasn't attached to the house, is the elevation the same? Even though I know it's set back from property lines, if it's a detached structure, you can change your sidewall heights, right?
Correct.
But does that still apply that it can't be taller than the primary structure?
Well, the code says it's 15 feet. If you exceed the minimum setback, for every 2 feet, you get a foot in height. So that's the way the code reads. So you could take it as you cannot exceed the footprint of the house. We generally give the setback from the side yards for more height in a detached structure.
If this wasn't attached, would we be here? That's my question.
If
If
it
he
met
had the right
if it
distance
met the
from the
setback,
setback side
we would
yard,
not be here, no.
even though the house would be 4 foot shorter.
Yes.
Okay.
It's that far away from the lot line?
Yeah, I believe they're.
Where it's drawn?
Going darn near up to it, I'm not sure.
Well, if, on a detached, at 3 feet, it's 15 feet. So he'd get, for every 2 feet beyond that 3 feet, on a detached, he'd get an additional foot. So if he's close to that property line, then he could not exceed that 15 feet. But if he was 40 feet, or if we had 3 acres, he would be allowed that height. Because he'd be set off the property line.
Yeah.
Looks like it's 13 feet 6 inches if I'm not mistaken, but
So, yeah. But the height applies to detached structures for additional height.
Other comments?
I know the applicant is not here today, but the applicant did make comments as far as adding on to the house and possibly running the roof line into the addition. But again, the applicant is not here, and that is hypothetical.
I also would be interested to hear what board member Bren would say with the garage. He's more of the attached, detached garage height gentleman on the board. But, I don't know.
If you would like to table this until we can, so the owner could come to the meeting? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm not sure
Okay.
what everybody else feels.
Other comments?
Question,
Bruce?
if we did approve this, from what I understood, the city would recommend some type of additional fire protection?
It'd be mandated.
Oh, it would be,
Yeah,
okay.
and
okay.
with the building permit, so
Okay.
that's criteria automatically. Gotcha.
Okay.
I've got another question for
Yes, go
the
ahead.
city. Is there an overall height restriction for residential?
Depending on the zoning, yes, but generally we're 30 feet, so we're not close.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
No.
That's just, the only thing is the approval of the attached garage is slightly higher than the house.
Correct.
So on the drawings, it looks like that house roof comes directly under the eave of the attached garage. Is that,
Again, this was for illustration.
Okay.
Once he submits for a building permit, those details would be more apparent.
okay? Other comments, other questions?
So if this is approved, you're still waiting on a permit, and setbacks and all of that would still be considered at that point, right? We're not
Correct.
concerned about that at this point.
The variance is only for the height of the attached.
Then if they can't make that stuff work through the permit, then it doesn't really matter, right?
Correct.
And by rights, they could build the addition on the south side 4 foot higher than the house, and that would be fine, and then this would be okay.
Yeah.
Not that I think
That's-
they need to go through those hurdles to do this,
Right,
but.
and in addition, for living space, again, I guess Josh can follow up, there is some clarifications or work in progress in our municipal code where some of these areas do definitely need to be worked on, and this would actually be one of them.
Yeah, I guess in general, what I think Larner's referring to, I mean, we would like to take a pretty substantial look at the entirety of our, both subdivision and our zoning ordinance, both of which have been kind of pieced together with time. You know, changes have been made, but not looking holistically, so there's some areas that contradict each other, as well as just things that need to be updated with
Okay.
today's expectations.
My struggle is that, I think it looks good, I think the drawing looks fine. My struggle is the precedence that we would be setting if we were opening up You know, what's the hardship and what's the precedence we'll be setting by approving this?
Good point.
Yeah, I'm not, I mean, on the precedence, I'm not sure. Like we said, we,
With the
Have a-
updated code, I guess a little forth speaking probably here, I would state that this would probably go away as far as the difference in height of an attached, detached. So, like I said, with the research we have had, with the building codes backing up the protection for this, this structure, really can't come up with any other reason other than the aesthetics. Is that a reason to have it in the code? That will be up to staff to go over and bring in front of the planning and zoning.
just a quick clarification on it. If this was, when they were building this, if they had this garage height on it, would that be considered higher than the house, even if it was connected originally? Even if they didn't have the roof line over the house built to the same height like you talked about? Or
This-
is it considered part of the house when it's all attached and originally permitted?
If it's originally, you put it, and your trusses are all designed that way, where you can change the design of the inside of the truss to allow a higher height, we'd consider that as a roof line.
Okay.
And again, stepped into the roof line. That has been allowed on new construction.
More comments, Bruce?
If this project came in like this, with the garage higher than the house, we'd still be here. So
Okay.
generally,
Yeah.
we allow if the trusses are with the common roof line. But this one's, again, 4 foot different. If it came into our office, brand new, they'd still be here today.
What's the size of that lot? How many acres is that? It has the square. How much? 0.94. Okay. Thank you.
And one other thing to consider, there are septic tanks out in this area, so as far as adding on a detached structure or a detached structure, you do have 0.9 acres, but as far as the contour of the land and/or your septic system, that can be an issue also.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Bruce.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve the to approve the variance.
Motion by Bruce.
Oh, one sec, public hearing, you have to open it up.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Comments. Thanks, Sylvia.
Anyone? Public hearing? Remember the phone call? If you have a phone call, 701-456-7006. There has been a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Sean. Any further discussion or comments? Bruce,
Aye.
Sean,
Aye.
Trevor,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye. If there was a change in, you're looking at the code changes, this would be accepted as okay then, right? This motion.
Well, we would have to go through the process if that were changed. They would not be at this meeting if those changes were made in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, any changes to that, I mean, we'd need to look at that from a holistic staff perspective, as Leonard said, and then that has to get adopted through the Planning and Zoning Commission, so.
Okay,
So we can't comment staff-wise as far as whether or not something will or will not be changed.
Okay. Okay, very good. Well, the motion has been approved. All in your hands, Leonard. Okay. Next on our agenda, we have to exceed the maximum square footage of a detached structure on an MH zone lot. That's Dale.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a acre lot north of Dickinson in Crawlcheck's third subdivision. And I want to put on a 14 by 30 lean-to on the side of my existing garage to park my boat underneath. And the way my lot is set up, it wouldn't be visible from the street. You wouldn't be able to see that lean-to on the garage. And also in the area where I live, there are several other buildings that people have came to meeting like this and got bigger garages and added on in extra garages, different from their existing ones. They had 1,201 square feet, and then they put on another 2-stall garage back farther in their yard. There's, I think, 3 of them out there like that. But I just want to put on a little bit to park my boat underneath so I can get it out of my driveway.
That would be attached to your existing one that you have?
No, it's detached. My garage is detached from the house, and then,
Yeah, your house is not connected to your shop area,
right,
and you want to add a building that is attached to that,
yeah,
to your garage.
yeah. I just need a roof over my boat, so the birds don't fill it up.
Okay. Any comments from the neighbors?
No comments for or against, and again, these are similar projects in this subdivision, and nothing different that's been approved by the board in the past.
Comments, questions for Dale?
I just had another, like previous ones, if we would approve this, we usually restrict no more buildings that permitted or unpermitted accessory structures. Would that be okay with you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Other comments? Anyone here to speak for or against? And here again, the telephone number is 701-456-7006. Okay,
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the request as written with the condition that no more accessory structures are built on the lot, permitted or unpermitted.
there is a motion by Trevor. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Sean. Any further discussion?
Just a real quick
Yeah, you
question.
bet.
These signs in the back on this application, they mean nothing, right? There's like 3 pages at the back that
I think it's for some.
don't appear to match to this. I just want to make sure that they weren't relevant to some of the discussion.
That would not be relevant to this.
Okay.
A little confusing there. Okay. No more comments. Trevor,
Aye.
Bruce,
Aye.
Sean,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye.
Thank
Do
you.
a good job, Dale. Okay, thanks for coming, you guys. Anything else to come before the board?
Nothing in front of the board. As you previously, prior to this meeting, you mentioned,
I think I've been here since 1978, and I'm getting to the point where I don't remember a lot of things. So I would like to not resign until somebody else replaces me, but I'll be around.
he just wants to put that out there, so if anyone is watching this, that if there's any interested parties, fill out the public interest form with the City of Dickinson for the Board of Adjustment, Board of Appeals, Weed Board.
Okay, anything else? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
So moved. Second?
Second.
We are adjourned. Thanks for coming, you guys.